What is up, guys? It's Slay here, and welcome back to another World of Warships Legends gameplay. And today we are in the Tier 6 French destroyer Le Terrible, if you want to pronounce it like that, or Le Terrible for the second, or let's just say English pronunciation if you want to say it. But anyways, guys, we do have a beautiful gameplay in this beautiful destroyer. And before we do start this gameplay, I do want to show you guys what my loadout is. I know I did not do this for the Russian battleship in the last video, the Lenin, but I do want to showcase my loadout for this video in case you guys are wondering what I'm running in Le Terrible. But let's show our loadouts. We are running Felipe Aboinu, which is our destroyer commander. He is maxed out level 16, legend 2, and of course we have our inspirations there for the support. Of course, we are running a torp and gunboat hybrid. What do I mean by a hybrid? It could do both things. It's pretty good with its guns and it has really good torpedoes. So on the skill, I did mix a or balance mix for this ship. And I am going to showcase what I'm talking about, what I mean by gunboat and a torp boat. As this Bayern, you're gonna see that is spotted right here in front of me. Does manage to dodge these torpedoes, but unfortunately I will get him on another set of torps. But this Bayern decides to push out, knowing that he's not technically a brawler ship, so he shouldn't really be pushing that far in. We casually hit this mountain to avoid getting spotted by the Akatsuki. Remember, we have a Bayern and a Algeria, which is a French destroyer, and I do not want to run into a French destroyer, especially with that HE they have. So the series here knocks out and devastate strikes the Akatsuki here, so we decide to push that way a little bit to avoid getting spotted by this Bayern. As you can see there, he did manage to avoid those torpedoes, but I am going to send him another set of torpedoes, or at least one set of torpedoes, since the Algeria there is as well. The thing is, if you're a battleship player, the thing is, if you're spotted, you most likely are spotted by a destroyer. And staying in a straight line is one of the things you gotta learn not to do. Always want to change your route, because you know always are going to have torpedoes heading your way. I did this when I was a newer player, staying in a straight line, and out of a sudden, there's a wall of torpedoes coming towards me from Fubuki or Akatsuki, which are the well-known destroyers with like 3 torpedo launchers. As we do manage to take down the Bayern there for our first kill of the game and 1 flooding, but that's not just enough damage we're going to get in this video, as we managed to get the Algeria there with 2 torpedoes hits and he is flooding. So here's where these 5x1 139mm guns come in play, where you are going to switch to AP, because Algeria has a pretty bad armor structure there. We're able to farm some damage, and fortunately enough, he does not get hit by those torps. I don't know how. You can probably watch the replay there. I really don't know how he avoided those torpedoes. But we do manage to get our second kill of the game there. We're up to 48,844 damage. So we are in the game with a carrier, but unfortunately this carrier is not going to do much as this T-61 decides to engage with me. And here comes once again the 5x1s, the 139mm guns, which are amazing. You might be saying, oh, you're up against a tier 5 destroyer. Not really a competition, but when you think about it, the T-61 has a lot of utility against me. Sonar, torpedoes, talking about the speed boost. We have smoke, which I don't have, and the T-61 has a 4-second gun reload compared to my 4.9 gun reload that I have. But the thing is, you know, my guns are 139. I think his are 127mm. Might be wrong there. So I'm able to punch like a truck, and he as well did punch me pretty good in there. But at the end, we do manage to get our third kill there, demonstrating our HE and AP in the same video here. And we're gonna go ahead and head a little bit to the northwest. Of course, like I said earlier in the video, there is a carrier, but the carrier isn't really doing much for their team. A carrier's primary goal is to definitely take the enemy's destroyer, but it seems that we're still alive here. So I don't know what this carrier player is doing. He's probably a new player, so I don't really want to, you know, just get on his tail and, you know, and bash him for not doing a good performance for his team, of course. We do have a Nagato here, and we try to torp it, but unfortunately the Ganaizano had other plans and yoinked that kill away from another player. I don't know who got him low, but I know our carrier did get one torp in there before he got deleted by the Ganaizano. Right about there. So we're gonna point our focus on this King George and the Bayern over here. They are at the top of the map, which is very interesting strategy for the enemy team here. It's more of a retreat and, you know, run away. We do have a Belfast on their team on our left side, but I really don't want to go up against the Belfast right now. Belfast is a really good ship, and it is really a DD hunter when it comes to its radar. So it's not something I really want to mess with, especially when it has a smoke, radar, and sonar, I believe. So not something you really want to mess with against when you are in a destroyer. Now, of course, we are going to try to torp the Bayern. I know the King George is low, but something miracle is gonna happen here. I didn't mean this to happen, but it's weirdly enough that this happens to me, because half the time I do this and I'm going to miss both of these ships, but for some odd reason, when I try to torp this Bayern that was trying to go a little bit into a straight line and then turns because the Mayoka was heading towards him. I don't know what the Mayoka was doing there. It was pretty much a suicide death there if you're trying to push two battleships, especially when you're looking at their caliber guns and your armor structure is literally Citadel City. So I don't know what the Mayoka was doing there, but as we try to torp the Bayern, we do manage to get one torp on the Bayern. But funny enough, I did not expect to torp the King George, and we do manage to get our 4th kill of the game without even trying to get the 4th kill of the game. So we had 3 ships left, which is the Belfast carrier and this Bayern here. Now, I could have challenged that carrier, but I most likely would have died. Especially when They have their planes out, and looking at my health, I had no option but to fight this Bayern. Now the Belfast just went down, so there goes one of my other options of trying to get the Belfast. So we're gonna try our best to fight this Bayern, and hopefully we do not get snapped. Or not snapped, but yoinked. As we do launch these torpedoes, and unfortunately I led them a little bit too much. We missed him by maybe 4 inches away from him. Yeah, about 4 inches away we missed him about. So at this moment I knew 4 minutes left, 860 is our scoreboard, and well, I didn't know how I felt about, you know, reaching the scoreboard limit, which is 1,000 in about maybe a minute or so left in the game. So I decided to do something a little radical, and that was to pretty much willing to do a suicide mission, launching my torps and then hoping for the best that I get a flood and then a fire. So let's try to see what happens here. We're going to launch our torpedoes at the Bayern, of course, and shoot at the same time. His guns are facing the other way, so the only con or like worries I have about this is his secondaries, which are really good secondaries. Germans have one of the best secondaries in the game, of course. So this secondary is going off right now, and he's literally trying to delete me. So we're gonna switch to AP here, try to get that structured, super structured, of course. And we're so close to finishing right about there. Is gonna give us the KRAKEN and the high caliber medal. This was a really good game. I had really good fun in this game. We had 104,247 damage, 664,163 credits, 6 torpedoes, 5 destroyed ships, 3 fires, 4 floodings, 6 defended ribbons, of course. We shot one plane down, which is funny. And we had a really good game here. Le Terrible is not a bad destroyer, despite he not having smoke. But if this ship really did have a reload booster, I think this ship would have been way OP. I think I don't know if I'm debating on this, but if they were to add a reload booster, I think the ship would be have to be nerfed. I think it would have to be nerfed. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and leave a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one.